can see that wee little gap. Our tail light fits nice. After we welded the little spot here and right here, there's a little high spot here now. We'll have to knock that in a bit and fill it. You can see here how it tightened up. And if you come up this way, I don't know how it's translating on camera, but I mean it fits as good as it did before. Now she was out of touch here, but when we put our 2 screws in, we can play with that a bit. There we go. So there's going to be a little lip here, and you can see these are always loose on these trucks. You could almost push them up. Now I know the model before this was actually tacked here in a couple spots, but realistically, the tailgate shut and everything, no one ever notices those. They're wrong from the day one. So, but when you look down the side of the truck, right, what your eye sees is actually this this top piece right here. So this area here of the truck you want nice all the way down, because when you walk by and you move and you catch the light, that's all you see. And even then, if you look, you can see, like, if you look way up in here, as we move, you can see the little bit of a wave, which isn't bad body work, that's factory. It's just to stamp this into the panel. There's a few places where it's gonna, you know, level out, so to speak, right? Not that you couldn't body work that and make it straight and have really cut high defined lines. They're just not like that from new, even though we think they are. No one looks at a new vehicle because it's new and shiny. But when you start picking them apart, you find lots of stuff. So we haven't done nothing there yet. Just since the last video, we basically filled this. And as you can see, we take our filler to the point where it's almost see-through. We could go a little bit more, but we want to save that for a lighter grit. And if we come up close, you'll see right here, a few air pockets. You got that little line in there. So we're going to have to add some filler there. See the dark spot right here? We're going to have to add some filler. We're going to put a skim coat on this whole area, and we're going to block that by hand. This so far has been done with just a DA and 80 grit. Now I did leave a little bit extra meat in here so I can come across this with a long block by hand, and we're going to make sure that we don't got any waves in it. Because again, this area, right, that's what you see. So we don't want like a big wave here, because, you know, it'll be waving at everybody, and we don't want to draw that much attention. In fact, the more inconspicuous a regular pickup truck looks on the road, the better. Means it don't stand out. It just looks like another truck, and it's clean and, you know, not falling apart. Down here, we've got our body line kind of in here, which is fine. Good enough for this truck. But yeah, that's how far we had to go before, you know, you have all these little waves, where now that's going to be smooth. Smooth enough. You come up here, you can see there's a low spot here, a low spot here, here. A few places where we're going to have to add some fill. It's always hard to tell where to go. But like I said, there's metal showing at each end, a little metal showing on the edge here. So you know that this is fairly thin, which is what you want. Now the filler I'm using right now is this stuff. And I got to tell you, I really like it. It's a good product. It goes on thick. It's very smooth, but it'll hold up a little thicker. And our next layer of filler will be this. And often you don't need glazing whatsoever after that. However, I just picked this up, so we might try it on a few little spots. You do got to put a little hardener in it, a couple drops. So anyway, what I generally do is I use this stuff first. That's what you're seeing here. I get the rough. Now you see those lines, that's probably the green, which is actually this stuff. And basically all it is a, there you go, a short strand reinforced filler. So there's Kevlar and fiberglass in it. But any of the short strand kitty hair, whatever you want to call it, all the fiberglass reinforced things will work. So we like to put that in the deep spots where it's glued or welded, anything like that. Smear it on, grinder flush, just to make it rough basically. When I say grind, I'm talking spin it with like an 80 grit. Then we sanded all this with 82. Then we put this gold stuff on. You can use that kind of like if you ever used the Rage, pretty much similar, or Z-Grip. But this stuff goes on a little smoother, but it's good. But it'll never feather out. Well, I shouldn't say that actually. It feathers out pretty good. When you go to this stuff here, it's way more liquidy. It's kind of between a filler and between a glaze. So that'll be our next step. It won't hold up thick. It's meant for kind of where we are now. You could basically coat the whole thing in it, block right through, and it's really nice stuff. Now, if you're going to use a fat primer on top, you don't need to glaze at all. It is its own glaze, and it says right on the can that you can use it as a glazing filler. So I'm pretty jazzed with this. It's like a couple hours since the last video. So in that time, we basically welded our corners, filled it with fiberglass, smoothed it off, put all the gold on, let it harden, and machined it off. Very happy with how that light fits, considering this whole chunk from here right down to that dot there. Those two high spots are literally weld. So we'll knock them in a bit. We'll glaze that middle section up over here. Or sorry, we're going to board file this just to make sure it's smooth all the way around. We'll glaze it. We'll glaze all that with this, not actual glazing, just this stuff. And then we'll block it one more time.